going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of Study Crypto. Today, we're going to take a look at the Fear and Greed Index and get an idea of what we might expect from the market moving forward based upon the past. But before we get into it, please do us a big favor, hit that like button as well as the subscribe button. And ding that notification bell as well. We really do appreciate it. It helps with the YouTube algorithm getting these videos out to people ASAP. And as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Crypto investing is risky, and so do be careful. Now that that's out the way, let's get into it. The Fear and Greed Index. This is something that CNN produces, that they've been producing for quite some time, that shows you when the market is at maximum greed versus maximum fear. Okay, and as you see right now, we're at extreme fear levels. We're at a 7. We're actually at levels of fear that we have not seen in almost 2 years. This is extremely low. Okay, it was at 7 here on the 11th. Now we're at on the 15th, or we're at 12. We're still very low. As you can see here with maximum fear, we're at the lowest we've seen. Okay, so what does this mean? Well, depending on your philosophy of how you look at the markets, if you ask Warren Buffett, he'll say, when everybody's fearful, you should be greedy. When everybody's greedy, you should be fearful. And so that's something to keep in mind when you're dealing with the market. And we're going to take a look at the market, particularly crypto as well as equities, against this index to see if that holds up true. Is it true that you should be greedy when everyone else is fearful, or you should be fearful when everyone else is greedy? So let's take a look back. Let's start at this earliest date here. We have July 2021, July 19th. It was one of the lowest points. Okay, July 19th, 2021, extreme fear, according to the index. July 19th, 2021. We're going to look over at our charts. And what I have charted here is the blue line represents Bitcoin. Okay, the Bitcoin futures on the CME. That's the Bitcoin chart. And the Bitcoin numbers are to the right. To the right is calculating the price of Bitcoin. The orange line, that is the S&P. Okay, I'm using the forex.com tracker. So this is the S&P and their numbers are to the left. Okay, so S&P is orange to the left, Bitcoin is blue to the right, and these are the prices tracking. So we said July 19th, 2021. So that would be right here, okay? July 19th, 2021. Now, as you see from here, if you were, this is extreme fear, July 19th, 2021, according to our fear and greed, extreme fear, extremely low level. What happened from here? Well, if you were greedy when everyone else was fearful and you bought instead of sold, well, you would have experienced this run up in Bitcoin as well as this run up in the S&P. So just to do a quick measurement, we had a good run up in Bitcoin from an extreme fear point to about there. You want to say is that local high. That's a 67% increase. Not too bad, not too shabby. Again, everybody was selling here. Extreme fear, July 19th, 2021. So our first low point is definitely a buy. You could say it's a buy for both Bitcoin and the S&P because both rallied. You have the rally with Bitcoin, you have the rally with the S&P. Next, let's take a look at the next date. Let's take a look here. We're going to look at August 19th, 2021. So August 19th, 2021. August 19th, that's going to be right here. So if you were, this was extreme fear, August 19th, 2021. So if you were greedy and not fearful, again, this was extreme fear in the market. If you were greedy and you bought instead of being fearful and sold, there was also a little bit of a rally, right? You had a little bit of a rally right afterwards on both the S&P and Bitcoin. This is again, orange is the S&P, the blue is Bitcoin, right? And if you want to measure that out a little bit, so right here, so let's say right here, the all-time high, nice little 12% bump, pretty cool, not bad. So that's the second time that the equation proves true, being greedy when others are fearful. Next, let's look at this one. Let's look at October 4th, 2021. So the October 4th, 2021, October 4th, it's going to be right here. As you see here, October 4th, 2021, there was definitely a big movement up in both Bitcoin and the S&P from that point in time, right? Definitely a good movement up. Bitcoin was already on its way up. It was coming up from the 29th, but there was a good time, even though the S&P, the fear and greed index, was at all-time fear. Now, that fear and greed index tends to track more equities than crypto, but both are very related in the sense of people being fearful versus greedy. So, as you see here with equities, S&P, it was at all-time low, and then this was all-time fear for that period, and it was a pump up. So, check again. Good time to be greedy when everyone else is fearful. So we looked at let's look we looked at the October one. Hold up. Yeah, so we looked at the October. Let's look at December 3rd, 2021. December 3rd, 2021. Okay, little different here, as you see. Well, if you were greedy December 3rd, 2021, when everyone else was fearful, again, we were in extreme fear. Well, if you bought into the S&P, you did kind of well. You had a bounce. You had this nice orange. The orange went up. Orange went up. Nice little bounce. However, in Bitcoin world, if you were greedy when everyone else was fearful, December 3rd, 2021, you took this ride down. You went down. You went down from 50 something thousand all the way to 35,000. Okay, so you took a real nasty dive. So the correlation breaks. Okay, correlation breaks between being greedy when everyone else is fearful when it comes to Bitcoin. Okay, it's still seeming to hold up with the S&P. And again, this index tracks primarily fear and greed with S&P, not as much Bitcoin, but they're similarly related. Let's look at the next date. So another low point is January 26, 2022. Let's look at January 6, 2022. So January 6, 2022, January 6, 2022. Okay. Again, we're breaking correlation. January 6, 2022. Extreme fear. Extreme fear. But what happened? Both Bitcoin and the S&P took a nosedive. January 5th or 6th, 2022. Let me just make sure I have that right. January 5th. Okay. Oops, I don't have it right. My bad. It's January 27th. January 27th. January 27th, 2022. I was looking at the wrong date. January 27th, 2022. What happened then? Let's look. January 27th, 2022. January 27th. Boom. Extreme fear. Once again, what happens? S&P orange rallies up. Bitcoin has also a bit of a rally from around 35 up to 44, and the S&P rallied up from what 57 up to about 60 9,000, right? So again, proved a good time to be greedy when everyone else is fearful on January 27th, 2022. Next, let's look at, okay, March 7th, 2022. March 7th, 2022. March 7th. Okay, so right in here. March 7th, 2022. Okay. Again, if you were extreme fear, everybody's freaking out, everybody's selling, but if you would have bought, once again, you would have made some good gains in the S&P as well as Bitcoin. Okay, once again on March 7th, 2022. Okay, March 7th, 2022. Now, like I said, we're now at the lowest points of fear in about 2 years. Okay, so there's a good chance history can repeat. As they say, history doesn't always repeat, but oftentimes it does rhyme. So is history going to rhyme with the fear and greed index, being that we're at all-time extreme fear levels? We will see. We will see. So just wanted to give you that comparison to have you take a look at that and make your own decisions. Who's to say? Honestly, it's a good chance that we might see a rally. Look out for one. There might be a relief bounce. It might make a move up. It's really hard to say. But I think it's an interesting correlation you may want to take into your own analysis when looking at the markets. And if you see things really turning around, this may help you make a better decision on whether to start pulling the trigger on some assets, on making some asset purchases. Instead of getting out of shorting mode when we short everything on the way down, you may want to consider longing. But again, it's still fairly early. And I just wanted to put this info out here because we're at extreme fear levels. All right, guys, just wanted to put this video out. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. Do you think there's any credibility in this fear and greed index, mapping it over the S&P and Bitcoin to get an idea of some potential strategies? Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We really do appreciate it. All right, guys, talk to you soon. Hey guys, thanks so much again for viewing our wonderful video, and please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you found value in this, and please ding the notification bell as well. Thanks so much. See you next time.